meeting. I'm from Honolulu, and I'm a center leader of Honolulu Vision Center. And I became a Star Master in October, last October.
Wow.
So I'm quite new Star Master. So very fresh Star Master. So still learning and ongoing, right, for the success. Well, I would like to begin my speech with some screens. So I would like to share my screen with you all. All right, I hope you can all see it. Uh,
Yes.
you can. Okay, wonderful.
So,
I'll start with this. Okay, so this is not me. I'm not on the treadmill, but this is something that I wanted to show everybody to see, uh, as if this is your job. You're on a treadmill, like you're on a job. Maybe some of you just enjoy being on a treadmill, exercising. So, with your job, you might be very happy to work, right? What you're doing, you're enjoying it. And so you're there every day, right? You're ongoing and doing.
yeah.
But the time comes to a point where you get tired. You get tired. Sometimes you really don't want to do it, but you have to, right?
Yeah.
And when that comes, and also sometimes the age can come along. Sorry, I was supposed to still be in here. Okay. Sometimes the age comes where you can't really work anymore and you have to come down, or maybe health issue, right? That you have to come down. Um, how many years do you think, and you already saw the next one, but how many years do people actually work out there as regular jobs? About, you already saw, average of 40 years. So many of us have experience of working 40 years or over to maintain our lives going, support our family, and even people who are highly educated, like doctors, right? They have to work until whenever they can, and most of them retire at age of average of 65. See? Now, this is the reality of our life, and we all know this. But look at this lady. Her name is Jean Kelmer, and she died in 1997 as age of 122 years. She lived really long, right? Yeah. But let me ask you this question. If your doctor tells you, boy, you are very healthy and you can live till 122 years, are you happy to hear that? Or are you nervous? You're like, uh-oh, I don't know. I don't know if I should. Okay, where are you at? Because if you think about it, right? If you worked until you're 65, and you have retired for so long, that's another almost 60 years to live with what you have already earned or what you have, right? If you have some 401k or something saved up, you be the best thing. I want to show you this picture of this lady. I don't know if you can guess who it is. Maybe some of you already know. She's the owner of a small restaurant that she opened that specialized in duck. Okay, duck meat restaurant. So she had many different kind of dishes, right? She was very excited to open one. And but one day in Korea, there was a big bird flu, and all the birds, including chicken, ducks, were not being sold in restaurants. No one would eat it. The government would ban from people from eating it because people were getting sick, right? So what happened was her restaurant had to close down. Okay, she couldn't last. There are payments, overhead, right? So unfortunately, she closed down her small business. That's the time she learned Atomy. She met our CEO, Han Park. And he suggested if he could use her restaurant, her empty restaurant, as his first seminar location. So this place that you're looking at right now is the restaurant where he did his first seminar with 17 people in attendance. Yeah, it's not quite fancy, right, you guys? Yeah. So, but in that seminar, the very first one, 4 people left in the middle of the seminar because they thought this was crazy. That this guy is crazy talking about this, his plan of, what he's gonna do around the world, how he's gonna grow, he's gonna give, $1 million to, Imperial Master. Okay, this whole thing was just, so 4 people left, but 13 people stayed until the very last moment of his seminar. And guess what happened to all these 13 people? All of them succeeded in anatomy. And this lady that you saw earlier, she is the first Imperial Master, Jung-Soo Park. She's the owner of that restaurant. She was the owner of that duck restaurant who had failed, right? Due to, not because she didn't have ability, it's because the world was going that way. It just carried on with, problems. You just can't help it, right? But she was able to succeed. Why? First of all, think about this. She would have thought of this man, Han-gyo Park, as a crazy man, right? What? Not only that, she's sad about closing her restaurant. He wants to use my place as a seminar location. But she let him, you see? She let him use it. She gave everything she could to support this guy. She must have had a really good heart to begin with, right? And another thing is, she really believed in it. And she pursued what he said. So she was able to become the first Imperial Master. And not only this one person, but with these people that you see right now, these are some of those people that were one of the beginners in anatomy. But what you will see is their previous jobs. These are all Imperial Masters now. But you will see that the person on the left, he's a school teacher. And the second person is Jung-Soo Park, the small restaurant owner. The third is the chauffeur driver. And the next is somebody who failed in MLM business for 17 years. As you can see, these people are just very ordinary people. They're not anything very special. They're not very extremely talented people. These are the people that you see daily lives out there in the world, right? But they were able to all succeed in anatomy. Now you would wonder how and why. The difference between these people and other people is that they were able to distinguish the difference between the labor income and the system income. The labor income is something that you work 8 to 5, you're always out there, you're working, right? Every single day. But the system income is something that is already made and you don't really necessarily have to put in time and full energy to do it. It is already all done and all you do is just join. See? Join. But of course, in the beginning of system income, it doesn't mean that it just comes to you by luck. That's not how it works, right? There's always something that you have to do to make the system going. For instance, let's say your kitchen. Do you have a system in your kitchen? We have a system in the kitchen, Moms exactly know where things are in the kitchen. Moms know where the pots are, where the ingredients are, and you can just grab everything, because you just have that system going. When you have a visitor that comes in, can they just do cooking in your kitchen? No, because they don't know your kitchen. They don't understand your system. So what do you need to do is you have to make your system, build your system, and then after that, it becomes easy. It just comes to you naturally, right? So this is what they did. These people who succeeded with Atomy, they made some kind of system and they were able to just go along with it. Have you heard of this FSD? It's called the full self-driving cars. Oh, fancy, right? This is where we're living in our lives now. It used to be on the picture left where, oh, do you remember when you had to learn driving from your parents? Or teaching your kids how to drive? Oh, it was really, really hard, right? Yeah, it was a challenge, a lot of fights going, right? We even say in Korea, husband and wife never teach each other how to drive because they get into a fight. Right? So it is really, that was our lives, right? We had to learn everything. But what happens is life has changed. Now is everything is provided to you. If you have money, you can just buy it. And the system is already made for you. All you need to do is just buy and drive, right? So this is the kind of life we're living in. So I want to tell you about the difference, the real difference between the active income that we just talked about, the labor income, and the passive, which is the system income. As you can see in this graph, the red color arrow, it shows the active income. The active income starts, you see, with the money, it starts with the pay. See? So for example, if you get hired by somebody, you are making money from the start. So they promise you, okay, I'm going to pay you $30,000 a year. Or I'll pay you, $2,000 a month or $15 an hour. Okay. So you are beginning with some kind of income, right? And then you go on, time passes by. But what happens to this arrow is that it doesn't really climb up. You stay as where you are in a very maybe decent for you, but maybe for some people it's not, right? Because the inflation is there. Life is getting harder to live. Everything is getting expensive, but what you're earning doesn't go the way it should be. It just climbs up at a certain point and it just continues. Now let's look at the graph of this arrow of blue color is a passive income. As you can see in the beginning, for a period of time, there is no earning. Okay, this is the hard part, you guys. There is no earning. It is in zero. You're not earning any money. You just have to build that system, and that moment that you're building, there is no income. So this is where it really is difficult for the passive income. And if you don't make any income, but you don't lose money, you're lucky. But at sometimes to make this passive income, like some people do with their properties, okay, they invest, right? They invest their money into their properties. Sometimes they even borrow money from bank to get that property down payment, right? So they invest in it, and for a certain period of time, they don't make any income. They have to stay as no income for a period of time, but what happens later? It takes off. Once you have the system going, once you have the rental going, for instance, then you begin making money and it only goes up. You see, it doesn't stop. The arrow goes up, right? As time goes by, it goes higher and higher. So this is the huge difference why we need to really change our mind. So would you choose active income or would you choose passive income? Of course, we would all choose for passive income if you are a thinker, right? If you can, why not? In Atomy provides the passive income. With what? With the absolute quality and absolute price, which is called the Mestige product strategy. The Mestige come from the word, you won't find it in Google because it's made by Atomy. Mass is like quantity, lots of people, right? The mass of people, right? And the teach comes from the word prestige. And so the great products, nice luxury products are sold by or used by massive amount of people. That is the word of prestige. And this is the strategy that Atomy has. How do we know? We have this best product in Atomy called Himohim, right? And this is the bestseller for 9 consecutive years, has been sold 1.65 billion
Wow.
sales. A lot of
Wow.
sales around the world for 19 regions around the world. This is just amazing. And what else? Absolute skincare set. It's ranked as #1 in sales within the industry in Korea in beauty category. We're selling this so much that we got so many awards. And one of the biggest awards that we got is called the King Sejong Award. This King Sejong Award is something that is really given to only the superior technology. It's something that you have invented, such as IT, softwares, chips, automobile, those like really highly ranked technology products are being given this kind of award. But look, in 2021, a skincare product has got this award. This is just amazing. This is something that no one has even thought that this could ever happen. But this, who made? Atomy made. This is the amazing part of this business. What else? Everybody tried our toothbrush? Yes, this toothbrush is so popular that has been sold 37 million units. You know what does that mean? It has been sold 1 unit per second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just now, 5 toothbrushes has been sold. Can you believe this? This is what Atomy does. This is exactly what we're talking about of prestige strategy. In how many countries? 27 branch offices, plus we have 33 European countries that we're able to enroll people, and they're able to order the products, and they're able to get their commissions. Guys, what are we waiting for? We need to go out there and find these people around the world, right? Atomy has ranked the top 10 global network marketing company. This is amazing. Why? Because Korea is such a small, tiny little country. When you look at the globe, you see a little dot. That's Korea. Korea is really, really small, even smaller than Japan, you guys. It's a very small company. But as you can see, we are in the top 10 global network marketing company. We ranked the high sales in this industry. Of course, this is not the target that our, President Park has really thought about. His target is not to fight among the network companies. He really wants to fight with like Amazon, Walmart. He wants to really pursue the bigger market for shopping online. This is just one of those things that they just put as a category and see where we're at. And even with this, we're already in top 10. And this is a free business for you provided through a platform. So for instance, when you use the YouTube or you're using the Amazon, it's free of charge to use them, right? And have you seen a lot of advertisements on there? Yeah. Facebook. You see, when you're looking at your Facebook to check out what's going on with your friends, it pops up all these advertisements, right? What's new for the skincare? What's new, out there for losing weight? What's new out there? This is what the world is going towards. They're looking for more customers and more consumers through platform business instead of store businesses that you see out there commercially. So if you're a thinker and if you're really going forward for a future, you have to look for business and income, source of your income through platform business. You shouldn't even think about opening another store, another number two restaurant in your town. Because that's like you're going behind the life. If you're going forward, you will look for something that is online. Enough of that, right? Business. So now I'll tell you about my story. Why am I doing this? Why is Chrstina doing this Atomy business? As you can see in this picture, I'm a flight attendant. I've been a flight attendant for 27 years. I've started since I was 19, and I've been on and off a little bit, but changed 4 different airlines. But yeah, I always thought, flying was such a beautiful job because you can go to so many countries, see different cultures, and see many different people. It was fun. Yeah, it is still fun. I'm still doing it, but I'm doing it as a part-time. When I started with Atomy, I did it the opposite, right? My full-time job was flying, and my part-time was Atomy. But as time went by, it has changed. Now I do 5% flying. So I only do 1 to 2 trips a month. And the rest of the times I'm Atomian. So, but you know what I found in this business is, wow, okay, I'm looking at all these flight attendants working, and I see these older ladies that are in their 70s. We even have ladies in their 80s flying, still doing the same job as their 40 years ago or 50 years ago. And I'm looking at myself and say, this is such a boring thing to do for so many years, over and over asking coffee and tea, you know? And I thought, oh, I gotta do something more fun. And another thing was, how long would this job really last? Where is the world going? Where's this heading to, right? And guess what I found? Boy, this AI, the robots, computer system, right? Everything is replacing jobs. And already the professionals are already saying that AI will replace flight attendant jobs. Yep. No more flight attendants in a few years, you guys. They don't need more people to call in sick. They don't need people to come and complain about everything, right? They don't need to pay so much to hire people. All they need to do is invest their money on these robots, and robots would do all the jobs without complaints. They never call in sick. So world will be changing. This is something that Amazon has put out. Amazon's future is this. Do you see any people here? Absolutely no people. We're looking at all this computer system, all these robots doing everything on their own. This is the society that the world will be changing into. So maybe not in our generation that we're alive right now, but look at people after us, our next generations, our children, our grandchildren. They're going to have harder time to have jobs. So this is what's expected. 2.4 million US jobs will be replaced by AI in 2030. 400 to 900 million people are going to lose their jobs. This is really the real thing that is going to happen. This is the prediction of where this world is going. And so I had to think, right? I had to think. And I had to really change my life. And this is when I found the CEO Park. And he says, there is something called success. I never thought about that when I was just a flight attendant. I thought, oh, success is just, I don't know, maybe for some people, but for me was maybe not reality. But he says success is possible only if you're brave. And for me was, okay, I'm a very brave person. I really consider myself brave. I'm a very adventurous. I like to do new things. I like to adventure stuff. And so for me was, wow, this is something different. I can do. I can be brave. But look at this guy. I met him in Colombia, and this is in Success Academy. We were just walking by in the Success Academy, and he was standing there with taking pictures. He had all his, his shirt taped with coffee in the front and noni in the back and some himo all over his and he's just walking around the Success Academy showing off. Okay, is he brave? Yes, he's so brave. He didn't think about what people would talk about him. He's willing to take picture with anybody. And this is the kind of attitude that we really need. I saw him and I said, "Bravo. This is what I really am talking about, right?" And look at this guy. This is a couple that they just became Sharon Rose Masters in Colombia. And they made this with their children. They have two sons, little sons. They sat there and they made this little toy of, you know what this is, right? Forklift that our President Park promises
Oh,
to the Imperial Master
I see
with
the
a
money
billion
now.
dollars.
Yeah, there's the $1 million.
Yes, and this is what they did with the children. They made this little toy together and told them that this is our goal in our family. We are going to become Imperial family. And this is what we're going to do. So the kids are looking at this and they're dreaming along with the parents to pursue this life. Are they crazy enough? Yes, right? Yeah, I think this is the kind of motivation we need to have with our family, right? And look at Hangyo Park. I mean, you can call him as a millionaire, billionaire. I mean, he has so much money, right? I mean, he made this business so big already. But look at him walking with his members to show them what it is to be brave. Go out there and talk to strangers. Go store to store. Do cold calls. It's fine. Just go and talk to them. Be out there. Don't stay inside and expect people to call you. You have to go out. You have to do something, right? So this is exactly what it means to be brave, you guys. Why is this possible? This is what really made me become more brave. Why? Because Atomy is not a selling business. It is about making membership business. You see, people make mistake on this. People think Atomy is like you're selling products. Oh, I'm not good at selling. I'm not a salesperson. I don't know how to sell. I'm definitely not. I'm an engineer. I cannot sell. Or some people, nerds. Nope, I never sold. I'm not gonna sell. But you know what? It is not about selling. It is about finding people to, become your member and they buy their products on their own. They just use what they want. It is a totally different concept. So this is how it starts from you, right? You just start talking to some people and you just tell them what it is Atomy, what it takes to become Atomy member, and then you just continue sharing, and then you build the trust. You see, as with the products, number one, right? You build the trust with the products because products are so good and people love it. And the next thing is with yourself. People have to start trusting you. People have to start liking you. People have to believe that you can be with them all the way. Why? Because you need to get introduced by many people. Let's say you talk to 10, right? You talk to 10 people, but out of that 10 people, at least 8 people have to come up with, hey, I have a friend, or hey, I have a sister. Hey, I have a customer. See, they have to share and introduce to you all these people. This is all what you do. You just sign up more people and you encourage your people to sign up more people. And so that your line becomes bigger and bigger. And that's how Atomy business just works. It is not about selling, it is about finding people. See? That's where the focus should be. So the key point is this: you approach to the customers with product. So product is your tool, right? And the tool will find people. The product will find people. People will like the products. And then the next thing is put them in the success system. What is the success system? Online, offline seminars or the meetings like this. So you're inviting your people to come on to your meetings like this and explain to them about the business and then invite them to the bigger seminars around your town, the one-day seminar, the bigger one like Success Academy, and have them just see what it is. This is all you do. It's not that hard, you guys. It's so easy, right? Well, inviting could be difficult. Yeah, I have to say that because some people, it takes lots of times to invite and then they would just make it once, right? Yeah, so it takes time to do that. But it has to do a lot with your perseverance, how long you can really consistently make them. And not only you, but you need the help from your sponsors and your partners. You need people to do this together with you. You can't do this by yourself. Don't ever think that you are the only one who's doing this business. You have your sponsors and partners and use them as much as you can to do this business. What is your goal? This was my goal. In the beginning was to become auto sales master, making $2,000 to $3,000 a month. That was it. That was all I needed. It because to me was, I don't know how big it's gonna go. I don't know how much my business can really exceed. So the first goal is always, how can I make this consistent? And to me, was it realistic to make 2,000 to 3,000 a month consistently? But how? With a labor income? No, with a passive income. But you see, when you say passive income of $2,000 to $3,000, that's way more than what you're making. $8,000 or $9,000 labor income. Why do I say that? Amount may be a lot more when you make $8,000, $9,000 with labor income. However, you are working physically with your time and energy every single day, right? And you can't really have free time whenever you want, no freedom, right? And you're always out there to make that 8,000, 9,000. But when we're talking about passive income, 2,000 to 3,000, we're talking about your free time. You don't really need to be out there. You're getting it passively, watching TV or sitting in the beach in Honolulu, and you're making the money. So 2,000, 3,000 auto sales master passive income is way more worth than 8,000, 9,000 labor income. So time for change. This was me. I needed something to change, right? I can't just do whatever I'm doing now to get that. So what I did was, okay, I'm gonna choose to dream bigger in my life. So this is me with 2 or 3 even carry-on bags, 2 rollers. I don't know, probably you've never seen flight attendants having this many bags, probably 1 roller or a little more than 1 on top of it. But I carried 2 roller bags on every trip when I first started with Atomy. Why? Because one of my bags was full of Atomy products. And I had to, carry with me wherever I went to introduce. You just never know. And I did talk to my flight attendants on the aircraft, on my layovers at hotels, all around the world. I shared with anybody I could meet and any chance I could talk to them. And now what I do, okay, life has changed. I already set that up. I made my system. So I have many, many group under me, team and around the world that they're doing what I've been doing. So what I do now is I get invited to many different seminars. I get invited to Zoom meetings like this, and I give vision. I think this is way easier and fun. To be honest, it's so much fun because when you are out there and pursuing in the beginning is harder work, and it is really a labor work to do that. But once you set that up, then after that is you get treated like a VIP. A lot of people want to talk with you. They want to, take pictures with you, right? You feel like you are a special person, right? So your life gets better and better. And these are some of my teams around the world. I have some Guam team in here. I have some Hawaii team. I have some mainland team. I have people around the world that are, working as team with me. So in 2022, I became Sharon Rose Master, and I was so lucky to have our Chairman Park to celebrate and give me that chance to become the promoted as Sharon Rose Master. And then he came back again this year, 2024 in October, to also celebrate with me Star Mastership. And he personally gave me the ceremony, and this was such a blessing. Yes. So, if I could do this, you can do it too, because this is really wonderful. And where am I going towards? Of course, I'm dreaming for the next step of royal crown. And eventually, this is my dream. I have to stand on the stage with $1 million, right? Coming right in front of me, right? With a forklift. And this is where I am focusing and I'm really targeting for my life. This is my dream. So here is something that I want to tell you for the last. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. It is not something dramatic, you guys. This is something that you do every day. Live as Atomian. Remember that you are blue. Just think as you're blue. You're always in that blue color mode. You're always atomy mode. When you see people in the street with a blue shirt, or when you see somebody walking with a blue jacket, don't you feel like, oh, is that Atomian? Is that somebody I know? Right? Do you feel that? It is. It is our trademark. We have to live our lives daily, ourselves, with atomy mode. And don't ever change that. Don't go back. We are atomy. See, we're very blue. So this is the end of my speech, and I hope that all of you would be a little bit of inspired with today's vision speech. Thank you.
Wow. Well, woohoo! Fantastic. Yes, definitely a lot of inspiration. The positivity is contagious. Thank you so very much. We're so happy we recorded this, and David posted on YouTube. So you can always go to YouTube after and send this video to someone of Christine speaking. Those slides were exceptional. I really appreciate the simplicity and quality in the messaging on that. Fantastic job. I'm very impressed. Thank you. Thank you. And we're all going to open it up for a few minutes for questions or comments to Chrstina. I'm going to ask Osuk to be looking around the audience and see if she has anybody who would like to comment from Christine's team, from around the world. Anybody would like to bring up a point or two that Christine mentioned. And I love the daily routine. That was a fabulous ending because the daily goal reaches the weekly goal, and the weekly goal reaches the monthly goal. And if you do the daily goal, you hit your goals. And that's so true anytime we've written it down, isn't it? All right, Osuk, who should we go to first?